My child, the season you have walked through was not a coincidence. It was sacred ground disguised as struggle. You thought you were breaking down, but you were breaking open. Every tear that fell from your eyes was counted in heaven, and every unanswered prayer became a seed planted in the soil of destiny. You did not fail, you were being formed. I saw you when you sat in silence, wondering if I still heard you. I watched when you smiled through exhaustion. When your heart whispered prayers, your lips were too tired to speak. You called it survival. I called it obedience. You thought nothing was changing, but in the unseen, mountains were moving. You were walking through a hidden test, not to prove your strength to me, but to reveal your faith to yourself. This test was not written on paper or measured by performance. It was written in your waiting, in your restraint, in your surrender when no one was watching. You passed when you chose forgiveness over retaliation. You passed when you worshipped with an empty heart. You passed when you trusted me even when my silence felt like abandonment. The enemy tried to convince you that your endurance was weakness, but heaven saw it as courage. What looked like delay was divine design. You were not stuck, you were stationed. You were being trained to recognize my voice above the noise of fear. Do you remember the moments you almost gave up? The nights when sleep would not come? When memories replayed like echoes in your chest? I was there. Not absent, but quiet, because I was speaking in ways your ears could not yet hear. I was shaping you to discern me beyond emotion, to trust me beyond feeling. You thought your prayers went unanswered, but they were being answered in slow motion. What you saw as silence was actually my strategy. I was teaching you that faith is not proven when the doors open, but when every door stays closed and you still believe there's a key. My beloved, I did not allow this storm to destroy you. I allowed it to distinguish you. Many start with zeal but faint when pressure comes. You did not faint. You trembled, yes, but you stood. Even when your voice cracked, even when you questioned me, you stayed. And in staying, you grew roots that no wind can uproot. This was not a test of perfection, but of perseverance. I was not watching to see if you would never fall. I was watching to see if you would rise again. Each time you chose hope over despair, the heavens took notice. Each time you refused to curse what I was still blessing, you stepped closer to the version of yourself that I designed before time began. Now hear me, child. The test has ended. The silence that once surrounded you is shifting. You will soon perceive movement in areas that felt frozen. Do not mistake the stillness for stagnation, it was gestation. What I placed inside you was growing quietly beneath the surface. The hidden test was not to delay you, but to deepen you, for shallow faith cannot carry deep purpose. There were moments you asked, Lord, why me? But if you could see what I have prepared, you would instead ask, why not me? You were chosen not because you were the strongest, but because you were the most surrendered. The ones who yield are the ones I trust with the weight of glory. You have been misunderstood. You have been underestimated. You have been overlooked by those who could not discern your anointing beneath your ashes. But I never lost sight of you. I hid you not to punish you, but to protect what I was cultivating within you. You were not forgotten. You were preserved. Now the season of exposure is approaching. The same God who covered you in obscurity is about to reveal you in purpose. But hear this warning when I lift you. Do not rush. Walk, don't run. Let peace, not pressure, determine your pace. The doors I open for you will not require performance, only presence. You are not stepping into a new chapter. You are stepping into a new identity. The fire refined you. The silence matured you. The waiting fortified you. Every unanswered prayer built the endurance your destiny requires. You thought I was withholding, but I was weaving. I was intertwining your delays with divine timing so that what I promised would not just appear, it would endure. Even now, heaven is preparing a table in the presence of those who once doubted you. But remember, this is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving my faithfulness right. Do not let vindication distract you from vision. What I am doing next in your life will not just bless you. It will bless generations through you. So breathe. The worst is over, and the birthing has begun. You are entering the fulfillment of what I whispered long ago, and the signs will follow swiftly. You will feel alignment before you see evidence. You will sense peace before you see progress. Trust the inner knowing that is my spirit confirming that the tide has turned. My child, you have crossed a threshold. The test of faith is complete. You stood the storm, and now the winds that once opposed you will carry you. The very resistance that tried to break you has become the force that will propel you. Do not fear the unfamiliar. Do not shrink from the new. The unfamiliar is the evidence of transformation. You prayed for change, now you must walk in it. And though you feel unready, I say you are prepared, for I have equipped you in ways the world cannot measure. You will look back on this season not with bitterness, but with awe. You will say, now I see why I had to wait. Now I understand why he said no. For every withheld opportunity was protection, and every delay was mercy disguised as denial. You have not missed your moment. Your moment has been maturing. What I began in you will now begin through you. There is a divine repositioning taking place. What once seemed random will soon reveal its rhythm. You have been in a season where nothing appeared to connect, yet every disappointment was a direction. Every closed door was a redirection. Every delay a detour toward destiny. You have been walking through divine choreography, where heaven rearranged the stage before your entrance. You wondered why some people withdrew, why relationships faded without explanation, why doors you were sure would open remained sealed. It was not rejection. It was release. For where I am taking you, not everyone can follow. Their season in your story has fulfilled its assignment. Stop trying to resurrect what I have already buried. You cannot carry the weight of yesterday into the promise of tomorrow. This new season requires space not just in your hands, but in your heart. You cannot receive the next if you are still holding on to the last. I am not asking you to forget, only to forgive. To release the disappointment that quietly took root, the bitterness that grew from unhealed expectations. Let it go, my child, for I am doing something new, and new things cannot grow in old soil. Do you remember when I stripped away the things that once gave you comfort? The familiar routines, the safe patterns, the people who once validated you? It was not cruelty, it was cleansing. I was removing everything that diluted your dependence on me. You prayed for me to use you, but to use you, I first had to purify you. Purpose cannot flow through pride. Destiny cannot dwell in distraction. You have felt lonely, but that loneliness has been sacred. It has been the womb of revelation. In solitude, I have been sharpening your discernment, training your spirit to recognize counterfeit peace. You will no longer mistake comfort for calling, nor applause for alignment. The crowd's noise once motivated you. Now it will no longer move you. For when I elevate you, it will not be through popularity, but through purity. There will soon come a divine acceleration, a sudden shift that feels almost unfair compared to the years you waited. But I tell you, it is not unfair. It is restoration. I redeem time differently. I do not give back years as they were. I give them back multiplied. The harvest coming will make you forget the pain of planting. When others see you rise, they will think it happened overnight. But heaven knows the nights it took, the nights of warfare, weeping, and whispered surrender. You are not a sudden success. You are a slow miracle. Every not yet became a now in my perfect timing. You once cried, Lord, I have lost too much. But hear me. Nothing was truly lost. I only exchanged what was temporary for what is eternal. The friendships that faded, the doors that closed, the dreams that died, all of it made room for the promise that cannot be taken. I had to empty your hands so I could fill them with what lasts. Even now, the wind of change is blowing. Pay attention to the small confirmations, the emails that come unexpectedly, the conversations that seem too coincidental, the ideas that reignite your hope. These are not random. They are signals. You are stepping into divine alignment, where opportunities will begin to seek you rather than you chasing them. But be wise, not every open door is mine. Some are distractions dressed as destiny. Ask me for discernment before stepping forward, for in this season, precision will protect you. You are not called to strive. You are called to flow. When something is from me, it will not require you to compromise peace for progress. I am placing divine connections in your path, people with keys to unlock the next stage of your calling. Some of them you will meet unexpectedly. Others will reappear from your past. Recognize them not by title, but by the peace they carry. The right ones will not compete with your calling. They will complement it. The time of wandering is ending. The path that once felt uncertain will become clear, illuminated by purpose. You will know where to step because I will make the way straight before you. And when you look back, you will see that every detour led directly to destiny. Do not fear the pace of change. You will feel the acceleration doors opening, favor flowing, strength returning, but you must remain anchored in humility. For pride can turn promotion into peril. Remember what brought you here, surrender. Continue to walk softly, listen carefully, and move only when peace precedes you. You once thought you were behind, But in truth, I was simply preparing you ahead of schedule for what others will enter later. You are not delayed, you are designated. The anointing on your life requires isolation before elevation. Just as gold must endure fire before it shines, you had to endure refining before revealing. This repositioning is not just external, it is internal. You will begin to see yourself differently, not as one who barely survived, but as one chosen to lead others out of their wilderness. Your story will become someone else's survival guide. The very wounds that once made you hide will now heal others. The test was personal, but the testimony will be public. You will soon speak from a place of authority born not from theory but from tears. People will listen because they will sense the authenticity that only pain can produce. Your transparency will become a weapon not of weakness but of wisdom. And when they ask, "How did you endure so much and still believe?" you will say, "Because God was faithful even when I couldn't see him." The stage is being set. The pieces are falling into place. What once looked like chaos is forming into divine order. Trust the process, for what is coming next will make sense of everything that came before. Your repositioning is not about relocation. It is about revelation. It is about stepping into who you truly are. Without fear, without apology. You are not behind schedule. You are right on time for the unveiling of what heaven has written. You are entering the season of divine confirmation. For so long you have walked by faith and not by sight, trusting words that had no visible proof, believing promises that felt distant. But now, my child, you will begin to see with your eyes what you once only heard in your spirit. The invisible will take form. The unseen will become undeniable. Do not be surprised when things start aligning suddenly. What felt impossible yesterday will begin to unfold effortlessly. Emails, phone calls, divine encounters, they will begin to appear in such a way that you will know it was not coincidence but coordination. Heaven has synchronized your timeline. The appointed time has arrived. I am sending confirmation through people you least expect. Their words will echo what I whispered in your spirit months ago. Their actions will align perfectly with what you have been praying for. But pay attention. Confirmation is not just affirmation. It is direction. When I confirm, I also command. Follow where peace points, not where pride pulls. For years you have prayed, "Lord, just show me a sign." Now signs will surround you. Yet remember, signs are not the destination. They are the signal. Do not worship the sign. Worship the source. The miracle is not in what appears. It is in who appeared through it. You have been faithful in obscurity, and now I am about to reward you openly. But this reward is not about reputation, it is about revelation. I am revealing myself through your restoration. People who watched your pain will now witness your promotion. Those who doubted you will stand in awe, not because of what you did, but because of what I did through you. The next door that opens will not be small. It will not be something you can manage alone. It will stretch you, challenge you, and require new levels of trust. Do not shrink back in fear. The size of the door reveals the size of your assignment. You are no longer being prepared. You are being positioned. My hand has been upon you, even in hiddenness. When you thought I was silent, I was writing the script of your elevation. The stage you are about to step onto has already been prepared. And every delay you endured was heaven rehearsing your breakthrough behind the curtain. There will be divine speed, but there will also be divine stability. Do not confuse movement with progress. What I am building in you will not crumble under pressure. The blessings I release now are built to last. You will know it is me because peace will precede every step. Not excitement, not adrenaline, but peace. The peace that passes understanding will become your compass. When confusion comes, pause. When peace flows, proceed. That is how you will recognize my hand. You once begged for an answer. Now you will become the answer. I am transforming your pain into purpose, your struggle into strategy. The lessons you learned in tears will now serve as blueprints for others in transition. You will speak not from theory, but from transformation. I am calling you to step boldly into rooms that once intimidated you. You no longer have to explain your worth. Your presence will do it for you. The same spirit that sustained you in private will empower you in public. Do not fear their faces. Speak when I tell you to, for your words will carry weight beyond your understanding. This next chapter will require discernment, not desperation. Do not chase platforms. Pursue presence. Do not seek visibility. Seek vitality. For what is rooted in me will naturally rise. You will not have to force what is anointed. I am also restoring your strength physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Where there was exhaustion, there will be energy. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity. Where there was resistance, there will now be release. You will find yourself waking up with renewed vision as if the fog has lifted. It has because the testing season has served its purpose. You once thought I had forgotten your sacrifices. The late nights, the faithfulness, the quiet obedience, I recorded everyone. Not a single act of surrender went unnoticed. Now the harvest is coming in waves, not trickles. You sowed in tears and you will indeed reap in joy. Be ready, joy will feel strange at first. You have lived so long in battle that peace may feel unfamiliar. But rest, my child. Rest without guilt. For rest is not a reward. It is a revelation that the war is over. The same voice that called you into the wilderness is now calling you into abundance. But remember, abundance is not just provision. It is purpose fulfilled. I will not only bless you financially, but emotionally and spiritually. Your relationships will heal. Your creativity will return. Your laughter will come back. The old cycle has closed, not paused, not delayed, closed. The people who left were necessary subtractions for multiplication to occur. Do not resent them. Bless them and move forward. Some of them could not go where I am taking you because their mindset was still tied to where you used to be. You are evolving. They chose to stay the same. Forgive quickly in this new season. Unforgiveness is too heavy for elevation. The lighter your heart, the higher I can lift you. You will notice in the coming weeks unexpected favor, sudden ideas, divine nudges that feel like déjà vu. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. I am letting you know that you are now in the manifestation phase. The things you once prophesied are beginning to appear before your eyes. You will begin to attract what aligns with your purpose naturally. No striving, no proving, no chasing. The light I've placed in you will draw the right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing. This is not luck, it is legacy. What is manifesting now is not just for you, but for those connected to you. Your obedience has opened generational doors. The blessings you walk into will outlive you. So step forward, my child. This is the moment creation has been waiting for, the unveiling of what I've been forming within you. The pain, the pruning, the process, all of it was preparation for this manifestation. You have entered a divine season of overflow, not the kind that simply fills your cup, but the kind that makes it spill over onto everything and everyone connected to you. What I am pouring out now will not be limited to your needs. It will extend to your calling. For what I give you next is not just for survival, but for service. I am releasing abundance not to decorate your life, but to equip your mission. You will have more because you will do more. You will not only receive, but you will become a river that refreshes others. The same hands that once trembled in lack will soon overflow with generosity. This is not material excess, it is spiritual expansion. I am enlarging your territory, but first, I am enlarging your heart. For influence without compassion becomes corruption. That is why I took you through humility before honor. You had to learn that power without purity destroys purpose. You once cried for provision and I heard you. But what I am giving now goes beyond what money can buy. I am giving you divine ideas, holy strategies, creative blueprints, insights that will shift atmospheres and birth new movements. The visions you are receiving are not imagination. They are impartation. I am downloading divine solutions into your spirit. There will be divine partnerships emerging, people whose skills complement your vision. People who carry what you lack and need what you carry. You will know them by the peace they bring, not the promises they make. The right ones will not drain you. They will develop you. Do not fear the responsibility that comes with overflow. You are not stepping into this season unprepared. The pain you endured has become the wisdom you will now lead with. The brokenness you thought disqualified you has actually qualified you to reach those who feel unseen. You have authority where you have been wounded. This is the hour where heaven is expanding your reach. But remember, expansion is not elevation for ego, it is elevation for impact. You will not need to announce yourself. Your obedience will do it for you. I will open doors of influence where your name will be spoken in rooms you've never entered. You will find yourself invited to tables that once felt out of reach, not because of networking, but because of favor. But guard your heart, my child. Not every platform is divine. Some opportunities will come to distract you from your true assignment. Learn to ask not, is this good? But is this God? For good can be the enemy of great, and comfort can be the thief of calling. There will be days ahead when you will be tempted to shrink again, to question if you are ready for what I am releasing. In those moments, remember how far I've brought you. The same hand that sustained you in the storm will stabilize you in success. Your story is no longer about survival. It is about stewardship. You will teach others how to trust me when they cannot trace me. Your transparency will unlock faith in those who have stopped believing. What once made you cry will now make you credible. This overflow is not a reward, it is a responsibility. I am entrusting you with influence because you have proven that you will use it to glorify me, not yourself. You have passed the hidden test of the heart. Now I will release what I withheld until your motives were mature. In the coming months, ideas will come alive. Projects you laid down years ago will resurface with new clarity. What once felt impossible will now feel inevitable. You will begin to sense divine alignment in your work, your words, and your walk. Be ready for supernatural favor contracts, collaborations, and conversations that seem to appear out of thin air. But they are not random. They are the result of obedience. Every yes you gave me when no one was watching has built this moment. You will also begin to see restoration in relationships. Where there was misunderstanding, there will now be mutual respect. Where there was distance, there will be reconciliation. I am healing the spaces between you and those assigned to your destiny. Not everyone will return, but those who do will come back transformed. Do not underestimate the power of small acts in this season. A kind word, a moment of prayer, an unseen seed, they will carry exponential harvest. You are walking in multiplied grace. As you rise, remember humility. Keep your hands open, your heart teachable, and your eyes fixed on me. For the higher I take you, the lower you must bow. Your strength is not in striving, but in surrender. This overflow will not just impact your life. It will rewrite your lineage. Generational curses will break. Cycles of poverty, fear, and limitation will end. Your children and those who come after you will walk in freedom because you chose to be faithful. You are the turning point in your bloodline. This is more than a breakthrough, it is a birthing. I am birthing through you a legacy of faith, a movement of mercy, a story of redemption. The testimony forming in your life will ripple across families, cities, and nations. You will not just experience change, you will embody it. When people look at you, they will not see someone who was lucky. They will see someone who was led, and your story will become their proof that obedience is never wasted. So, my beloved, step boldly. The river is flowing. The heavens are open. The season of scarcity has ended, and the era of overflow has begun. You are not waiting for the right moment, the moment has been waiting for you. Now, my child, rise and walk in the authority I have placed within you. You are no longer just a survivor of storms, you are a commander of them. The same voice that once cried for rescue will now speak peace over others. You are stepping into the season of divine authority, where heaven backs your words and angels move at your command. Do not think lightly of what I have placed in you. You carry the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead. You carry the same fire that fell at Pentecost. You carry the same power that parted seas, healed the sick, and set captives free. What you once read as stories, you will now live as reality. This is not the time to hide your light under fear or false humility. You were not made to blend in, you were made to stand out. The world is groaning for the sons and daughters of God to rise, and you are one of them. Creation itself is waiting for your yes. Your authority is not about dominance, it is about deliverance. I am raising you to release others from the chains you once wore. The wisdom you gained through pain is now your weapon. The tears you shed in silence are now oil of anointing. Every moment of surrender has built spiritual weight behind your voice. When you speak, atmospheres will shift. When you pray, walls will crumble. When you worship, darkness will tremble. This is not exaggeration, it is activation. You are walking into a new frequency of faith, where miracles will follow your footsteps. But remember this: authority without intimacy becomes empty. Stay close to me and your power will remain pure. Seek not the applause of men, but the approval of heaven. Let my presence be your platform and my word be your weapon. There will be divine appointments where you will speak one sentence that will change an entire life. You will not always know the impact of your obedience, but I will. Some encounters will seem brief, but they will echo into eternity. Every word you release in faith will carry eternal weight. You will begin to dream again, but these dreams will be different. They will be divine blueprints, visions that come with instructions. Do not dismiss them as imagination. Write them down, for they are prophetic keys to unlock your next dimension. I am sending you into places that once rejected you, but this time, you will not return the same. Where you were once ignored, you will now be honored. Where you once felt invisible, you will now be irresistible, not because of appearance, but because of anointing. My glory upon you will draw kings and strangers alike. Do not be afraid of visibility, for it is not for vanity, but for victory. I am positioning you where your voice will pierce through noise. The message I placed within you will not fade, it will multiply. Be wise in this season, for with influence comes responsibility. Guard your words, for your tongue will carry power. Speak life only. Do not curse what I am still shaping. Do not call small what I am still growing. You are learning to speak as I speak, not from emotion but from revelation. When I whisper, move, do not delay. When I say wait, do not rush. For your obedience in timing is just as important as your obedience in action. Some doors will require silence before they open. Some blessings will require stillness before they arrive. There will be resistance not because you are wrong, but because you are right on time. The enemy recognizes what you carry even when you doubt it. But fear not. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. You are already seated in heavenly places. You are from above, not below. Do not waste energy explaining your anointing to those who misunderstand it. Some will see your rise and try to label it pride. Others will question how you came so far so fast. Let them. My hand upon you will be your defense. I will vindicate you in the sight of those who doubted you. I am bringing divine alignment in your surroundings. Some will walk away as your frequency increases, not because of conflict, but because of calling. Do not chase what I am removing. Let pruning make room for fruitfulness. You will find new companions, warriors, worshipers, and watchmen who carry a similar fire. Together you will build, intercede, and advance my kingdom. No one will be greater. All will be united in purpose. The spirit of competition will break. Collaboration will rise. Your hands will become instruments of healing. Your words will bring deliverance. You will lay hands on the weary and they will find rest. You will speak over the broken and they will find hope. You will carry my presence like a mantle, heavy, holy, and healing. There will be moments when you will sense me before you speak. That is my spirit leading you. I will interrupt your plans to align with mine. I will place divine urgencies in your heart to call someone, to pray, to speak, to move. And when you obey, you will see instant results. Miracles will no longer feel distant. They will feel daily. Do not limit what I can do through you. You are not too small. You are not too late. You are not too broken. I specialize in using what the world discards. You are proof that grace still chooses the unlikely. As you walk in this authority, humility will be your armor. Never forget who lifted you. The anointing I placed upon you is not for pride, but for purpose. The same grace that promotes can also protect if you stay surrendered. Your story will inspire nations not because of perfection, but because of perseverance. You will speak and hearts will awaken. You will pray and chains will fall. You will live and others will believe again. I have not called you to echo what others say. I have called you to release a new sound. There is a frequency in your voice that carries heaven's resonance. When you speak, it will not be noise, it will be a clarion call, a trumpet in the spirit announcing new beginnings. I am expanding your influence beyond what you imagined. People you've never met will be moved by your words. Faces you've never seen will pray because of your obedience. You will not always know their names, but heaven will record every impact. Do not despise the weight that comes with this. The oil that flows from you was pressed for purpose. You cannot walk in public power without private prayer. Guard your secret place, for it is your lifeline. Without it, everything else fades. There will be moments when fatigue sets in, when the mission feels too large. In those moments, return to me. I will refill your spirit, restore your joy, and renew your strength. You will not burn out, for I did not call you to run alone. I walk beside you. When you lift your hands, chains will fall off others. When you lift your voice, clarity will come to confused hearts. When you lift your eyes, you will see that the harvest is ripe and waiting. You are my ambassador, a living message of mercy, grace, and glory. The world will not change because of louder noise, but because of deeper presence. And you, my child, are that presence carrier. So go forth with courage. Walk with wisdom. Speak with grace. Live with conviction. For this is not just a calling, it is a commissioning. You are no longer hidden. You are now deployed. You have been tested, refined, and prepared. The mantle is resting on your shoulders, the oil is flowing from your life, and heaven itself is cheering you on. You are walking in divine authority and holy impact, and the earth will never be the same because you said, yes, beloved, this is the hour of unveiling. For long you have been hidden in plain sight, covered by my hand, misunderstood by many, underestimated by some, and even forgotten by those who once promised to stand by you. But I, the Lord, never forgot. I was sculpting you in silence, refining you in obscurity, training your spirit in the quiet shadows where only my whisper could reach you. The silence was never absence. It was preparation. The delay was never denial. It was divine timing taking root. You thought nothing was happening, yet roots were deepening. You thought you were being buried, but you were being planted. You were not invisible to me. You were invisible for me. Hidden not because you were unworthy, but because your unveiling required the right moment, the right environment, and the right alignment. Every hidden season was a setup for public purpose. Every closed door protected you from counterfeit opportunities that would have drained your anointing. You were preserved for purity, not punishment. Now hear me clearly, for the wind is shifting. I am breathing upon your name, and where there was once silence, there shall be sound. Where there was once delay, there shall be acceleration. The ones who overlooked you will have no choice but to witness what I am about to do through you. You shall rise, not through striving, but through the strength of my spirit. For promotion does not come from man, it comes from me. I am exalting you in due season, because you remained faithful when no one applauded, steadfast when no one noticed, and true when it would have been easier to quit. The oil you carry is rare because it was pressed through pain. The wisdom you now walk in was not learned in ease, but forged in the fire of endurance. And now that you have walked through the fire without losing your faith, I am clothing you with authority. Your voice will carry weight, not because you demanded to be heard, but because you learned to listen. You will no longer chase validation, for my approval has already marked you. You will no longer fear rejection, for I have sealed you with acceptance. Look around and you will see signs of change. What was once stagnant will now flow. The opportunities that seemed to vanish will begin to reappear, reordered and redeemed. I am restoring divine connections, but this time they will be covenantal, not conditional. The relationships that return now will not repeat old wounds. They will carry new purpose. Even the ones who once misunderstood you will recognize my hand upon you, for I will cause your life to speak louder than your defense ever could. Do not shrink back from this unveiling. You have been prepared to carry influence with humility and authority with grace. I am expanding your capacity, but I will also guard your purity. Fame will not corrupt you because obscurity already refined you. Wealth will not distract you because lack already taught you dependence. Power will not seduce you because surrender already shaped your heart. You will handle abundance with the same gratitude that you carried in lack. This next chapter is not about striving for success. It is about stewarding glory. It is not about performing for recognition. It is about revealing my nature. You will be a reflection of redemption, proof that pain can become purpose, that delay can birth destiny, that obscurity can be the womb of greatness. I will send your story into places your feet have not yet walked, and your obedience will open doors your effort never could. And when you begin to see what I promised, remember this: do not rush to prove those who doubted you wrong. Instead, use your platform to prove that I am faithful. Let your success sound like gratitude, not revenge. Let your influence draw hearts to healing, not division. Let every victory echo the truth that waiting on me was never wasted time. Beloved, the unveiling has already begun. My hand is upon you, and no power of darkness can reverse it. You will look back and see that every tear watered the seed of your breakthrough. Every prayer you thought fell unheard was recorded in my book of remembrance. Every no was making room for a better yes. And now, in the fullness of time, I am declaring over you, rise, shine, for your light has come, and my glory rises upon you. This is your moment, not because you earned it, but because I ordained it. The season of hiddenness has ended. The curtain is lifting. Step forward, chosen one, with peace in your heart and fire in your eyes. You are the living testimony of my faithfulness. You are the one I am revealing to the world for such a time as this.